Hey YouTube, thought I'd put on the Rebel Flag do-rag. That's my redneck style. And my Popeye shirt. I wish I had muscles like that, but I don't eat spinach. So, wished I could. I just don't like it. And this is a one more dad story here. It's about his health. This was the demise of my dad. About 4 years ago, about a year or close before my mom passed away, he walked out on Sunday morning. Didn't know the sidewalk was iced over to start his van up to warm it up to go to church. It was 7 degrees, and let's see, he was 85. Anyway, his feet hit the concrete. His feet went out from under him and he went straight back and hit his head on the concrete on the back. Knocked him out. He laid outside for about 30 minutes before anybody knew he was out there. And my nephew was in the back room and I think my mom was still asleep because she'd been sick. So, and my nephew didn't know what was going on. He was waiting on him to come back in, and I guess he was back there playing computer, video game, or whatever. But I had to rush him to the hospital, ambulance. Uh, then up here where I live, and then the doctors said that his brain was hemorrhaging, and they needed to get him on to Johnson City. So they had done all they could do for him. So they took him by helicopter that night, and he went up there, and he had a concussion, and he had a cracked skull, but they got him stabilized. Then they brought him back. He got out in about 7 days, and he was in bad shape. That's what started him downhill from walking and stuff, and he kind of was out of balance and was on a cane, and he was doing okay on that. Then he got sick and just went out of it one day. And right after that, and rushed him back to the hospital, and they called the family in and said they didn't think he was going to make it. So, but I remember seeing the look on his face, and it looked just like my mom's did when she passed away, and I thought he's gone. Well, he put him on a CPAP machine, and he came out of it. And so he has kind of went downhill ever since. And like I said in the last video there before, he'll be 90 in July. But then after that, my mom passed away, and he went through all that. Then my sister passed away last year. He went through that, and then last summer he fell and broke his hip. And him just turning 89 last year, they didn't think he'd make it through the surgery. We took him to Johnson City Medical Center. He come through his surgery great, but I thought he was going to give up there. But he always seemed to pull out of it. He pulled out of that. And he has a home health about 3 days a week, and people coming and helping. And he's pretty much confined to a wheelchair. He was getting up and walking. You'd have to walk with him and help him up and down, help him to the bathroom, help him get a bath. Then last Monday, he stands up in the kitchen down there by himself out of the wheelchair, fell, broke his arm. And that just about done it for him. So right now, he's having a rough time. And I want y'all guys to remember him out there. I know he's lived a long time. You don't never want to give your parents up, but he's had a rough life. And especially the last 5 years, it's been rough for him. And he's been good to a lot of people. And he told me he thought God was passing judgment down on him for all the bad things he did in his life. I said, Dad, all that stuff was thrown out when you became a Christian. It's supposed to be. From the way I take the Bible, if you get saved and all your sins are wiped away. I said, that don't make sense. I said, I think maybe you're just talking a little bit out of your head. I said, if you're I said, Dad, you're telling me this, but when you preached a different way. If that's so, then that means nobody can get right on their deathbed and die. And because they never went through that. He said, yeah, but it's appointed unto man once to die, then the judgment. And I said, well, you'll be judged after you die, Dad. He's not paying you back. You paid yourself back by standing up on your own and falling. I know that sounded kind of mean, but I wanted him to know what I meant. And I didn't mean nothing mean by it. But anyway, you know, you don't ever want to lose your parents. They're the greatest thing ever. And then your kids are they're the greatest thing ever. So that's just another story, and I ain't going to bore y'all with no more stories about that, but I'll come up with something else later. But I just wanted to share it with you. And man, if you think it ain't tough taking care of your parents when they get down, it's tough. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there that's done it, and you know what I'm talking about. So, just man, if you guys pray, just remember him, and because I know it works. So, you know, I know he's been here a long time. He's probably ready to go. So, and if he told me today I'm just going to go ahead and die, I would be happy with the time I've had with him. I don't want him to go, but if he's suffering, I want him to. So, and I know pretty much he is because he can't stand up. You got to help him over on the potty chair and everything else now because of that arm. He was on a walker, and it's hard to walk on a walker with one, and his legs are swollen from fluid, and he's on oxygen 24/7. He's got emphysema, congestive heart failure, and everything else. So he's had a rough time. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and talk to you later. Thanks for listening. See you.